Hey guys, this is Willy from YGOBROS, here to give you guys a quick deck profile of my sea lancer frogs. It's actually requested, I forget by who, sorry, but yeah, I kind of changed the deck a little bit from my first video to having the hand engine in there, so hope you guys enjoy it. To start off, we run 3 swap frogs. Swap frog is obviously key, so you want to see him right away. Next off, 3 dupe frog. He's going to be your main searcher. If you don't have swap frog, you're going to want a dupe frog. Next off, I run the 1 poison draw frog. I actually cut him off earlier, but I kind of missed the draw. Even if he is a dead draw at times, I just couldn't stay away. Love you, poison draw frog. Next off, I run 2 treeborn frogs. I bumped it up from 1 to 2 because this deck does run a considerable amount of tributes instead of the traditional Sea Lancer and a couple other tributes. It's also pretty good with swap frog if you want to make Dullahan plays. So yeah, 2 treeborn frogs. Next off, the boss monster of the deck, the best card, Run Totem. Some people run 3, but I like 2. I'm really comfortable at 2. The only reason I would see running 3 as justifiable is if you're going for a more Lancer-centric build, to where you want to banish all the frogs to add as equips for Sea Lancer. But I'm obviously not going for that, so 2 is good for me. Next off, run 3 Mother Grizzlies. She's the main recruiter for the deck, and it tutors like half the deck actually. It opens up hand plays to where you can grab them out at will. You can go for just half your deck. You go for a main boss monster and Sea Lancer, so yeah. Next off, 2 Sea Lancer. Sometimes I want them at 3, just because there's games where like I don't even see Sea Lancer because I'm too busy with the Monarchs or with the hands, or I just end up missing them a lot of times. So I might put them to 3, even though it gets kind of cloggy. It's still up for debate. So next up, something new, 3 Caius. I decided early in the format that I was going to run 3 Caius for hands, because I figured they're going to be pretty popular. So, yeah, he works like a charm. I mean, they set a monster and you get rid of it, especially against Geargias. If they set a Geargia armor, you just set him back a turn if you get your Caius through. That burn damage too. It's pretty good. So, following that, 3 Ryza as well. Ryza is only as good as his matchup. So, like, he kind of dies against Bujins. But he does put a nice amount of damage on board with Phoenix, the Ghost of Phoenix. So, that's why I decided to keep his old ass around. Next, I have 3 Mobius. So I started off the format with only 1, the single Mobius, because I felt like Artifact was going to be a thing. And it is a thing, but I feel like as if getting rid of 3 back row is just too good. Against Hat, but even more so against Geargia. Next off, I run the Lonely Jinzo. Yeah, there's not much to say about Jinzo. I mean, you summon him and it's auto win against some decks. And what I've noticed actually is that there's not a lot of answers to tribute summon monsters, especially if you can get a gotcha on the field and make them 28. It's kind of like I don't know. The only thing that can get over him is, from the extra deck anyway, is Direwolf, Exciton, a couple other things I guess. But you can't steal him with 101 or there's not a lot of answers to him unless you ram him Firehand or something. So yeah, Jinzo. Next off, I have the Four Hands. I feel like this deck's main purpose is to get aggressive +1s with the Monarchs and with the hands. Yeah, there's not much to say about the hands. I mean, everyone's running them. And that's not the only reason I'm running the hands in here, but, I mean, if they're good, run them, right? And they are really good in this deck. Kind of has a lot of synergy. Especially with, sorry about that, with, Herald of Pure Light. If you have, if you draw 2 of them, obviously that's bad, because you can't keep the cycle going. So, if you use Herald of Pure Light to grab a monster from your graveyard, you can just put one of them back, and I feel like that's already good enough synergy with this deck. Sorry, my English is no good. So next off, the 1-ofs, we run 1 Gores, because he's Gores, and we don't run traps. We run 1 Tidal, because half this deck is water, and he's a recurable monster. I chose to run 2 ghostrick Jack Frosts instead of Battle Fader, because of Dullahan plays. With Dullahan, you're able to keep that advantage. If Dullahan dies, you just grab your Jack Frost back and go for another one. So, yeah, that's why I kept him in here instead of Battle Fader. And the meta's not too OTK oriented right now, so I feel like Jack Frost is a little bit better than Battle Fader. So, next off, 3 enemy controller for Treeborn shenanigans. I run 1 Soul Exchange. I usually keep this in my hand for when they bring out their Abyss Dweller. And they will bring out Abyss Dweller, I promise you, if they can. Next, 1 Salvage. Yeah, getting back your boss monster is no joke. And your fallen Swamp Frogs. Like, greatest feeling ever is if they warning your Swamp Frog and you have the Salvage. Fucks them over so bad. I run 1 MST. Again, I like to keep it in my hand for when my opponent plays Phoenix Chain. Usually to get that Monarch effect off. Or actually went from playing Lance to playing Mystical Space Typhoon, and the off chance that I go against Bujins and they play Coliseum, Kaiser Coliseum. So yeah, I feel like Mystical Space Typhoon is a little bit better for that. Next off, I play 1 Soul Charge because everyone's playing it. No, I was kidding. Soul Charge is actually really good in this deck. I was kind of iffy about it at first, about adding Soul Charge. But, yeah, getting back your Sea Lancers and your hands, and it's really good late game, which is why I only run 1. Having it early game is bad. Having it late game is really good. You can get back 2 Monarchs and make a Strike Bouncer, your hands for a nice little wall. But mostly I just use them for Sea Lancer, for that extra stall. Alright, onto the extra deck. So, start off, I run, this is new, Ghostrick So Cute boss. I'm kind of testing her out right now. I rarely bring her out. At first I thought I was going to go for this little combo like 24/7, but that rarely happens. So, I still keep her in here for that extra bit of utility, but you can cut her if you want. I think she's pretty cute, so I'll keep her in here. Next off, I run Daigusto Phoenix. 1 Daigusto Phoenix. I cut them from 2 to 1, just because I don't really go for OTKs too often. But when I do go with Daigusto and Ryza. Next off, 2 Dullahan. Dullahan is awesome for that longevity. Whenever he's destroyed, you get back your Jack Frost, and that's pretty awesome. And it's whenever he's sent to the graveyard, so it doesn't matter if he's destroyed or where he's sent from. As long as he's just sent to the graveyard, you get that effect. That's pretty awesome. Next off, 3 Herald of Pure Light. As I mentioned earlier, it has a lot of synergy with the hands. And I feel like that's like the main problem with hands is you draw multiples, and that like really sucks because it lowers your utility with every multiple hand that you draw. And I feel like it offers hands like a nice home in this deck just because I can run Herald, and I can just put back a hand and keep the cycle going. So yeah, 3 Herald. Now, obviously you get your boss monsters back. I didn't even describe Herald, but yeah, there you go. Okay, next I run 3 Gachi. I've cut them from 3 to 2 before, and I've ended up missing the 3rd one. That wall is no joke, and Gachi is no joke himself. Next off, I run 1 Slacker Magician. This is actually the card that I go least into. I feel like the deck does have enough stall to where it doesn't have to rely on Slacker Magician. So yeah, if I were to cut any card out from here, it'd probably be Slacker Magician. But I feel like I'd miss it if I ever went against Bujins. I don't know, I still probably wouldn't make it, just because I'd forget. I run 1 Dark Mist. Usually only bring them out whenever my opponent has something that I can't target. Running 3 run totems to make this wouldn't justify it. Just because I make it really often, or I could make it as often as I want, just with a swap frog and 2 run totems. So yeah, just 1 Dark Mist. Next off, I run my 2 Downards. Downard is really good for overlaying over Dullahan, because Dullahan does get its effect whenever it is sent. Usually I wait till it has no materials and then I go into Downard. So yeah, same with everything else actually. I mean, there's no reason not to go to Downard if your card doesn't have any materials. And then for the last card, I run 1 Strike Bouncer. I usually use Strike Bouncer for Soul Charge plays, because the Monarchs, the main problem with Monarchs is they don't have longevity. Usually you bring out a Monarch and your opponent gets rid of it next turn. So usually this is only reserved for those Soul Charge plays. So yeah, that's my deck profile, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back with an analysis, hopefully later in the week, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to enter the contest, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.